Hi all, this is Jeannie, and today I'm going to share with you a way that I recreate my iDesign shapes. Now that doesn't mean I change them in a lot of different ways. It just means there's one more way you can use them. I don't know if you've realized by now, when you buy into the iPlanner, iJournal system, you really are truly buying into a multi-purpose system. And it's just a matter of looking at what is marketed in the digitally speaking store and see how you can adapt it to your own personal use. And that's the beauty of this whole system. Moving on. I am today in my iTools tab, which you can see it's green at the top. I have entitled it the same color as my tab, so I know exactly where I am. And I've entitled it my iDesign shapes, but I'm hand coloring them. How do you do that? iDesign is based in Keynote. So I'm going to now go to my Keynote and open it up. What you want to see is you want to look for the designs that have the black outlines existing. There's other ways you can do this, but we're going to concentrate on those. Just to name a few, the outdoors is one, summer fun is one, and the birthday shape is another one. For this video, let's take, let's take something kind of different. Or maybe not. Let's go with the summer fun shapes and open it up. And I'm going to go to my master slide, and I'm actually going to copy, what do I want to do? Let's do the pineapple. So I'm going to take the pineapple, and I'm going to tap on it, and I'm going to select the word copy from the pop-up menu. And now I'm going to go to my left hand side of the screen under the word presentations and tap plus. And I'm going to add a blank slide. The reason I do this is because I want to size it as large as I can. I don't know what's going on with Keynote, and I pretty much think it is Keynote. But when you expand these shapes, sometimes if you take them in at their original size, especially if they're very small like they are in the master slide, they come in blurry. And then it seems to be a problem with the image, but it's not. It's actually the way Keynote reduces it to fit on that slide. So it's something in the dialogue between Keynote and Goodnotes, not iPlanner, Goodnotes is not talking. So we're going to fix that. It's super simple. On this slide, I'm going to tap on the slide and hit paste, and there's my pineapple. Now I'm going to grab one of the little blue dots, and I'm going to size this up to pretty much fill the slide. And that's going to be fine. It's going to come in too big, but better too big than too small. And now I'm going to tap on it again, and when I get the pop-up menu, I'm going to select Ungroup. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to delete the colored areas. Now you don't have to delete the colored areas. I just want the green. I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to make it just a black and white outline. That's what I'm doing. Delete. Now that I have my black and white outline, this is one continuous art image. So now I'm going to tap on the back and I'm going to select all. And I'm going to, with it selected, maybe, I'm going to copy it. Now that it's copied, I'm going to go back to my planner and I'm going to paste it to my blank page. I have another video that explains exactly how I set this up. I'm going to probably put it in the comments. And that's a little big. I just want just a tiny bit smaller. So I'm going to select it and make it just a bit smaller. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my overliner, which is this one. And I'm going to toggle or tap it again. And the highlighter, I do not want drawn a straight line on right at the moment. And so that's fine. And now I'm going to go to my colors. Now your highlighter colors are much more transparent than your pen colors. You can use pen if you want to. There's no problem with that. I just like the look of the highlighter. And if you've ever colored with, say, Copic or Copic markers, in some ways it's very similar to what you're doing. Copic goes on and it becomes transparent. Now, Copic is blendable. These are not necessarily blendable. Okay, that's why one reason you want this large. Let's go ahead and do the leaves. And I'm going to start with a light color green. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to select, let's go with the middle one. And then I'm just going to start coloring. The key to coloring these images is not to pick your pencil up. If you pick your pencil up, you're going to get a double layer of color by simply coloring with the pencil engaged on the screen. It doesn't put an extra line over your leaves. You don't want it yet. I can show you what that means in just a second. So actually it looks like one area I picked it up. See, I can't point to it, sorry. There's a couple lines that look a little more green. That's fine. Let's take this all the way back, and now we're going to go with the bigger marker and just simply color in all the leaves, not lifting the point of our pencil. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a pretty consistent color across the entire image. And that's fine. That's what we want to start with. We just want to give it a color overlay. This might not have been a great one to start with because it's kind of big. There we go. And it seems to snap behind the black outline. Nice, and that looks kind of good. Now's where the fun comes, because I can actually start adding layers of color. So what I'm going to do, I think I want just the bottom ones to be a little bit darker. I'm going to go a little smaller because I'll have better control over it. Same thing. Do not pick my pencil up. And I'm just going to be kind of picky. I will fix it with the eraser where I've made my oopses later. That looks good. And maybe this back leaf right here. Perfect. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to add some outline. Now I can either go darker or I can add the same color. And I think I'm going to leave it the same color. And I'm going to use my smaller pen. And I might move it up to about 2. And just do a little bit of emphasis on the leaves. If I make a mistake, I just hit my back arrow and it takes me back where I need to be. And for now, that's what I'm going to do. Now, in order to get this to be a little more artsy, I'm going to go to my pen, select my white, double tap on my pen, and I want to use the brush pen because that particular pen allows me to vary the width by the pressure. So I'm going to go with the larger pen, the white color, and I'm going to add some highlights. I have to decide first where my light is going to come from. If I were to do right here, my light's coming from that direction, that's where I'm going to add my highlights. And I'm not necessarily going to be adding them on all my leaves. So I'm going to add a highlight here. Hold, and not great. I'm doing this with my keyboard engaged and I really should be doing it flat. Here. And maybe here. And here. Just to show you what can be done. Now that's very, very, very white, okay? I don't want it to be that white. So I'm going to take and I'm going to select my lasso. And remember, the colored pen is in handwriting. So I'm going to toggle everything off. And I'm going to just, I want that first layer of pen that I put down, the one that cut for every single leaf. And I'm just going to select the one leaf that I haven't outlined yet. And I'm going to do a small circle. And I'm going to copy it. tap off and paste. Now I'm going to move that back. And what that does is that kind of dulls that white pen so it's not such a glaring image. And there I have my leaves. Now I could do more to them if I want. I'm going to actually come in and I'm going to use my eraser and I'm going to select the small one. And you have to be kind of careful because you see what it's doing. And the one thing I don't like about this, I wish they had a little better eraser tool. And I could also use my white ink if I wanted to, just to cover over that. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'll be back with you. Okay, I have finished my pineapple, and I apologize, the yard is being cut as I'm working on this. I hope it's not too distracting. But I finished my pineapple, and you can see I've actually added a few more colors to this and included some shading. As it is, it looks a little bit choppy. I know that. I wish we had a shading tool in Goodnotes, but that's something I need to send to Goodnotes, not anybody else. So I'm going to fix some of that. And to do that, I'm going to select my lasso, and this time I'm going to select Images plus Handwriting. I'm going to select the whole image, click on it or tap on it and resize. Drag it to a smaller size, and you can see how it just sort of blends and just creates a nice little shaded image for me to place in my planner. So I hope you've learned something about one more use for iDesign shapes, and I hope you enjoy it. I find it's extremely relaxing to do this, and I hope you do too. Until next time.